Hello guys, in this short video presentation we will introduce you to the topic economic globalization and how it works. We will explain some of the history behind it and describe the current state of affairs. Let's first give you the definition of economic globalization. The increasing interdependence of national economies that has resulted in growing levels of trade between nations. The factors that have contributed to this, the first one would be technological advancement, for example, the internet, which has allowed information to move faster than before. Think about placing an international order or video conferencing. The second one, the reduction of trade barriers. Why? Because it promotes more trade. For instance, China has lowered a lot of rules and regulations to promote foreign companies to invest in their country, which on the other hand creates a lot of low employment.
Outsourcing is defined as contracting an outsider to provide goods and services for a firm. This is all to do with how countries have lowered their trade barriers as mentioned earlier on. For example, majority of insurance companies based in the United States have shifted their call centers to India. So a client seeking for enquiries is being helped out by someone in India instead of in the United States. Being possible if there was no economic globalization. The history behind economic globalization. Globalization started all the way back at 3000 BC, before Christ, when China had its first link with Europe back in the Hellenistic days. The birth of the European Union came through the establishment of European Coal and Steel Union in the 1950s, right after the Second World War. This was set up to prevent another war through trade. Countries became independent on each other at that time, and is still happening. Economic globalization gained momentum in the beginning of the millennium, which is from the year 2000. We have seen birth of the NAFTA, the rise of the BRIC countries, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China. All of these countries have had a surge in their economies through globalization. For example, the Royal Dutch Shell shifts a lot of its IT service to countries like Malaysia and India. So now you know what globalization is. That is countries depending on each other through trade. You know the factors which has contributed to globalization. We know a brief history about globalization and the current state of affairs. Thank you for the time and attention, and I hope